Hello, Aries moons, Aries suns, Aries rising, Aries whatever you want it to be. Welcome to the Osirian Rivers channel, where I blend runestones and oracle cards to bring you your messages. Wow, this just wanted to bam, right out the get. So this message is for January 2020 from the eclipse and onwards, all in good time. Just want to pull a signature card for you. Ooh. What stories have you been telling yourself and other people? I recently listened to something about how when we're talking about our lives, if we're focusing on what isn't going right or what we don't want or what we're fighting against, that it strengthens the position of that. So you have to sort of make peace with where you are in the moment, but also when you're speaking about your situation, really highlighting where you want to be at. And when you forget to do that, just kind of forgiving yourself and forgiving people around you, forgiving the situation that you're in. But some of you are not really looking at it right. Because this is a very split perspective, the trickery card. Where you can be on this side of the fence, you could be on the other side of the fence, or you could be walking right in the middle where the acorn is, playing this victim mentality. But everything else is about big picture items. So these all have the purple third eye chakra vibe going on. A great moment for you to look at your spiritual side and really, really get in touch with it. This card is a story where a woman is calling ahead to say, yes, I'll be at the party. And then she hangs up. And everybody is like, what? We didn't invite this strange person to the party. I didn't even recognize the voice. I don't know who this is. But learning to make peace instead of making assumptions about what is coming up next. I'm really feeling led to say that if any of you are addicted or hooked on tarot cards or videos and looking for changes there, it's not there. I actually had the feeling that somebody was using a reader or maybe reading for themselves or trying to, and somebody's like, oh, well, you're cursed, or you have to remove this curse, or something bad might happen. You have to take these messages seriously. That could be, honestly, some sort of spirit that wants to keep you in this attachment, to cards or readings or that kind of mystical energy. And that is not the kind of mystical energy you want. That is trickery. And I would forgive anybody who you might feel like is tricking you and just trying to get your money, because they're not doing it on purpose. Instead, we're going to invite a new mysticism in the end of January. One that is just where you take a moment and you realize all the stuff in your life that's sort of I don't know how that's going to work out. Instead of focusing on oh man, I don't know how that's going to work out. just balancing stuff in your life to make space for it to happen. And talking about what it is that the results that you want. Because any way that this guy churns to look at the scales will bend in that direction. None of these people care anyways. This is a very personal issue that you have going on that you might not be looking at the most clearly. Yeah, especially with this forgiveness card. This is a story where a rhino is out in the wild and they really just want to be a pet. And there's hunters about. The rhinos' families get shot. They're all scatter. And there's a child that just like runs out and the people are hunting and like no one sees it. So this rhino just runs in there and saves the kid. They find the child asleep in the forest and they hit the rhinoceros with a sleeping dart and then take it to their private, I don't know, safari land or whatever, where they live on this great plot of land. And the rhino does, in fact, get to sort of be her wish, which was to be a pet, which was to just like chill on some land and hang out with people because her like rhino family was all effed up. And it's like just forgiving where her roots came from and allowing space for what she wanted and just really staying present in the moment. So she wasn't like yearning after being a pet or upset, that her rhino family was all messed up or that they got shot. Was just sort of like trying to look at the situation as broadly as possible and being like, oh, okay, this is something that's important and needs to be saved. Save the child. Wound up taking her right to what she desired. The first rune we have is defense. Now, without this tagged on, it's sort of flow, and I think of it in a very Piscean manner, which is the sign preceding yours, where being pulled in two different directions, always feeling like you have to fight from all angles. And also, what kind of tools are you using to defend yourself? In this case, I feel like the best defense for your position is balance. Not fighting too much one way or the other, but sort of like as a balance beam. That is going to be your greatest defense against sickness, mental and physical, relationships breaking down, and most importantly, a balance between your physical aspects and your spiritual aspects, like your mythical side and your like down to earth daily stuff. And that would grant you the prize, this ultimate giant freaking acorn that everybody seems to want. The next rune out we have is strength. I feel like that strength, it's signifying a personal strength, a perseverance. Which Aries you guys have down pat, like you know where your head's at. If you know where your head's at right now and you're staying strong with it, like just don't freak out. Then this is the harvest rune. And it's a signal for a 1-year cycle. So really getting clear about what it is that you want in life. Don't trick yourself. Don't lie and say you want this dragon and then the dragon shows up and you're like, ah, what did I do? You know, or just forever stays in stories, fairy tale land. Because you have the strength to reach any of your inner goals. You just have to very clearly and without bias feel them as if you are there. Speak what you want, knowing that it'll be yours, and then just putting it out of your mind and staying completely in the moment for as long as you have to. One moment at a time, doing what is right despite your surroundings. You know, walking steadily and balancing even when the people around you, you know, your whole group won't defend your position. You have to defend your own position. And that is honoring the strength that you have to walk through the unknown and own your mystical energy that's always around you. It's something that, you know, like your aura, your presence, your energetic power is your strength. You have a mystical strength about you. And people can feel it. People can see it in an Aries face. You have to keep working at this. The balance. Oh man, the strength in waiting for something to reveal itself. Did you know that if you help a snake shed its skin, you can kill it? Or if you try to help an animal hatch out of an egg, that it won't thrive? If you cut into the cocoon of a caterpillar when they are trying to hatch to be a butterfly, they will never fly. Because things happen in their own time. But you can protect the cocoon. If there's like a raging windstorm outside and you know of a branch by your window that has a cocoon on it, you can bring it inside. If there's an egg that you're waiting for it to hatch, you know, you could put a heater light on it with a timer. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. You can always email me at osirianrivers@gmail.com to book a private reading, get your own video reading. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your January 2020.